Hey there, I'm Ryan.
I'm Wilfred.
I'm Ivan.
And tonight, well, in the words of the great Joe Marler, if you go with It's Just a Game, we'll all make bonds.
Oh my God.
So get in here and welcome to episode 55 of It's Just a Game.
He said the podcast name!
He said the podcast. Hello and welcome to episode 55. Yes, that's 12 episodes before 67 of It's Just a Game, the podcast where we watch reality TV so you don't have to. Every week we discuss the maddest moves, the best strategies, and the most iconic moments of your favorite reality TV shows. And today it's the final on the show where we've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. We'll get right into it. But before we do, here's a quick round of introductions. My name is Ryan, and I feel a lot better about how I did as the Faithfuls, having seen the Traitors tonight, I've got to say. Joining me is the man who never has to hear anyone argue that Harry's the best traitor of all times again. It's Will. Hello, Will.
Hello, that's me.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Apart from I was quite emotional at the end, but I'm feeling great now. Yeah, I'm so happy you won.
And the man who needs no sleep because he's on a plane in 5 hours. It's Ivan. Hello, Ivan. Ivan's fallen asleep again. Ivan, can you... Ivan's fallen asleep.
I dreamt we did the podcast. What happened?
Now, here's a big fat word of warning. This will be the fastest intro we've ever done. We are entering a spoiler zone, and it's a treacherous one tonight. So if you haven't seen the entirety of the Celebrity Traitors, be warned, there will be spoilers ahead. If you have seen it all, then I don't care. Ivan is still going to remind you of everything you've missed in his recurring segment. What's been going on, Ivan? So, Ivan, and then I can take a deep breath. What's been going on, Ivan? Ivan?
Right. The 5 players have a self-congratulatory breakfast. Alan focuses on not slipping up. Like pet lovers with a sudden and terrible allergy, Nick and Joe plot on how to get rid of Kat. They need David on side, though. The mission is an explodey train heist. Chugga chugga boom and so on. Back at the castle, Nick tries to win David over to his side and seems to succeed. Alan thinks that he and Kat have Joe in their pocket. Joe strings them along to stop them, but agrees to banish David to keep them on side. It's too late for that, Joe! What are you waiting for? At the round table, everyone except Nick has their names dredged through the dirt. It's diplomatic but messy, and at the votes, it's 3-2-4, Kat.
Meow.
Just little Alan stands. Can he slip through? Alan panics. He was the only player backing up Kat, and little does he know, Joe is on him, like a dog on heat. Nick suddenly questions Joe because he told Kat he was sorry. They're back in the chapel for a candlelit finale, the only place, may I remind you, where a traitor has actually won this game in the UK series.
Yes!
When voting to banish again, Alan twists Joe's David promise brilliantly. He flips the other two. Joe is gone! They all vote to end the game, and Alan has done it. He's hoodwinked them both. I can't believe I'm saying this. Alan Carr is the best traitor of all time. He can't bear the guilt, but David and Nick celebrate him in a beautiful send-off, and that is where we are now.
Right. Before we discuss your impressions, can we spare a thought for Harry from the Traitors, who's definitely crying tonight?
Mate, he must be so upset.
That's all thought. Let's move on then. The outcome. Disappointed, elated, happy. I mean, we've all got opinions on what just went down. Wilf, start us off.
Elated. I obviously want the Traitors to win all the time. So I'm very, very, very happy. But I was so surprised. Like we talked about it last episode, I was convinced that the only thing that could happen was Faithful win.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant. I loved it. I got really emotional when Alan revealed himself as a traitor because I feel like every emotion that he felt was exactly the same emotions that I felt at the time when I said I was a traitor.
Yeah.
And the fact that they all got to hug and me, Hannah, Aaron and Meryl got to all hug it out. And it was just a beautiful moment. And I'm so happy that it finished like that. And it wasn't awkward because when Harry won, it seemed really awkward.
It really did, didn't it? I mean, it was the fact that he got to celebrate with the other Faithfuls and they got to celebrate him was great. But I think the reason why I loved this finale was that what Alan did, I know that he started off pathetic, and even in the penultimate episode, he couldn't lie to save his life, but he used that as a strength. And the fact that in that final stand-up, when he turned it over and made that brilliant accusation of Joe to use Joe's change of vote against him was absolutely perfectly timed. It was exactly what was needed at the time. What Alan did that so many traitors have missed. Wilf, obviously you and Alan were completely different traitors, and we can talk about this, like what makes a good traitor. We talk about this more in this episode. But what Alan did was switch it on just at the right time and not do traitorous stuff all the time. Just do one perfect thing. If he'd have won without doing that, I'd have been disappointed. But because he won after making that heroic move to flip two faithfuls, actually, Nick was kind of already going to vote Joe, or at least always considering it. But he flipped them both. They both voted him. It was 10 out of 10 strategy. Unreal.
Amazing.
Look, it goes to show, I didn't think the man had much strategy in him. He didn't really have it early on. But at the end, this was a stroke of genius.
Yeah.
Walking into that breach of that stupid decision Joe made. I mean, you walk into that last round table, tell your friends, oh yeah, I know it's Alan and Kat, and that's who I'm going to vote for. And then at the round table, you go all in and you start attacking David. The thing is, anyone else will look at that and think, oh, that's a weird misdirection. That's what a traitor would do.
Sus.
That's like, I can't believe that action, I think, is single-handedly responsible for everything that happened after. Joe made the traitors win, which is insane because he's been so smart strategically before that. Like, how do we get there?
Realistically, right, when he was talking to Alan and Kat outside, I was like, this is brilliant. Like, he's talking to them, telling them he's going to go for David. But the fact is, he didn't actually go and talk to the other guys and say, look, this is what I'm going to do.
He didn't explain it.
And he didn't explain it. Like, when I was going for Kieran, I remember telling Kieran that we was going to go for Meryl because of this, this, and this. And then telling the other guys, we're going for Kieran, let's just not tell him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you got to tell everyone else.
Yeah.
What I thought was going, I even wrote in my synopsis as I was watching it, oh, Joe's doing brilliantly, stringing them along, giving them a fake name. That's what happens in Survivor all the time. Your target, you tell them a different narrative, you tell them a different story. And then it goes to his Miv, and he's saying, I'm going to vote out David. No, mate, you'll bring it down to 2-2. You'll lose your advantage. What are you doing? He was seriously considering voting David for apparently shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And by doing that, the other two faithfuls lost all faith in him. And that, I think, was what killed him. It was a balmy decision from someone who's played so well up to that point. It was odd.
A moment of weakness, just a really weird moment of weakness. Which I guess brings me to my next question, which is, I mean, yes, Alan was a great traitor, but there's a debate, I think, there to be had, which is, how much of this was Alan being a fantastic traitor? How much of it was the faithfuls just being so bad throughout this game?
One of my core strengths in social strategy is being able to laugh and make people laugh. And I think the comedic effect really does help.
Yeah.
And I remember just having a laugh for 6 episodes, from episode 6 to episode 12. I knew that nobody believed I was a traitor. So I just had a laugh, and I was having a laugh with people, making people have fun. And people ended up just thinking, it just can't be him. He's just too happy-go-lucky. He's not living with this stress. So that's what Alan was doing. And he don't even, like, people, I don't do it on purpose. It wasn't a strategy. It was just, I felt less pressure. So I was just having a bit of a laugh. And I think he's similar. He was similar in that aspect, in terms of just having fun, having a laugh. I can't believe he got over from laughing about saying he's a faithful. And it weren't really brought up properly either. I was mind blown.
How did he get away with that?
I think for me, that's what he did so well. He didn't do the conniving. He didn't have to conspire to get rid of another traitor. Obviously, he flipped when he needed to with Jonathan, but that wasn't the thing he did so well. The thing he did so well was the social play, to make it so obvious that it couldn't be true. Add to that, the 3 MIPs. I mean, one of them, was just the chessboard death, whatever. But the other 2 were impressive. For me, it's enough to say he's the greatest traitor of all time for his amazing social play, his 2 murders in plain sight, including one of his best mate, which was a brilliant move, and then that final play to flip the 2 faithfuls. That's the right moves at the right time. It's incredible.
Can I just say one thing, though? I think it was easier for the traitors this time. Reason being, they all win in their minds. In their minds of traitors, if the traitors win, they all win. In the civilian version, if the traitors win, the only person who's at the end wins. So I think that made the game a little bit easier. There weren't no parting gifts. There weren't no animosity. It was just playing the game. And I think when you play social strategy games, as long as the good win or the bad win, you're like, okay, I was on that team. So
Yeah.
I think that did help quite a lot.
It was friendly. There weren't villains. You said in your initial question, was it just bad faithfuls? I think some of them played quite well. Many of them are very intelligent. They had good theories. They didn't land on the right answers, but so much of this game is just random chance. So it looks like they were a lot worse than they were.
Yeah.
Think of Stephen, think of Nick, think of Joe, think of Claire, think of Tom, think of Ruth. These people were doing really well at their time. They either went before their time or they just happened upon the wrong names at the wrong time. I genuinely don't think this bunch of faithfuls were as bad as you're making them out. Like, there were some truly idiotic bunches of traitors in this game.
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan. This wasn't one of them, Ryan.
Honestly, Wilf, like, that's a weird point to make. I would have never said that.
I didn't make it.
Actually, that's a really good point, Will. I don't know why you said that, mate.
Yeah. I guess one thing that is interesting in the way Alan won this for me, and I think it also is interesting in the way Kat made it so far, is I think that's a secret to surviving as a traitor to this game. Walk into the shoes of your prejudice. Like, if you're Kat, everyone sees and knows you are somebody that's young and like innocent and shy, is going to assume that's you. So be just that at the round table. If you're Alan, everyone's going to think you're goofy and loud and over the top. So if you're doing just that as a traitor, that is your survival strategy. In fact, if Alan had got quieter because he was a traitor, he probably would have been more suspicious.
Yeah.
And I think that goes to show that is the key to winning as a traitor. Walk into the shoes of your prejudice.
I like that. But at the same time, I think Alyssa tried that and it didn't really work. When everybody went after her, they were like, "This, you're just saying this now." Do you know what I mean? So I don't think...
yeah, but Alyssa also said, "Hello, traitors," when she was doing her best Claudia impression. So, that kind of gave it away at that point.
That may be what it was, yeah.
But one of the reasons I think Alan is the best traitor of all time is the fact that he is the most suspicious traitor that I think we've ever had. He's a traitor that's been under, like, not suspicious, but he's just done stuff and messed up so many times and still got away with it. I think it's incredible. I can't believe it. I'm just mind blown by the whole thing.
What a narrative, going from I'm worse than Linda and literally being worse than Linda to winning the game as the sole traitor and convincing the final two faithfuls. It wasn't even like one-on-one, two people left. It was three. They all chose to end the game. It was amazing.
Insane.
I shouted at the screen.
I yelled. My dog was so scared.
Nick, I can't believe it. When Nick threw it and it went green, I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
The betrayal. Honestly, I'm sorry, like Nick played into it. Like, you got to remember, in my mind, Nick will always be the evil manager from West Ham and Ted Lasso. He will always be Nate the Great. And tonight, he played that role. I even tweeted it, like the history book on the shelf is always repeating itself. That was a level of betrayal I haven't seen on TV since I watched Nate betray Ted Lasso, and the same person was involved. Nick Mohammed, we need to have a word.
Yeah. And also, like, having that role of best faithful up until that final decision.
I know.
You've lost, spoilers, you've lost the Jaggy, mate, because that was yours. It was in his hands. He was halfway out the door with the Jaggy for best faithful. But having just done what he did at the end, it's going to be a long discussion.
No, that's insane. Like, we'll get back to the Jaggies, but can we spare a little bit more thought just for the woman who I think deserves credit because she made it quite far and just couldn't make it to the end. But if anyone was going to win, I always assumed it was going to be her. It's Kat. I was really sad to see her go. I think there's a strategic issue, which is what we pointed out last week. I mean, they didn't mention the woman theory, but the fact she was a sole woman, like she needed to have recruited someone or something. But it was sad to see her go.
It was very clear, I think, by the end that they all were thinking, we haven't got a woman traitor out yet. So your brilliant theory from last week, and it was brilliant, but a lot of people said, oh yeah, I had that thought as well. And they clearly did too, but they weren't saying it, which was fair. I think you're right that what she needed to do if she was thinking about the end game was get rid of Jonathan earlier, maybe even lead the charge for Jonathan, recruit a woman, and get her out too.
Yeah.
She needed to cover her base because when you get to the final and you're unprotected and there's nobody of your gender who's already been a traitor and you're the only person left of that gender, there's absolutely no way around it. As soon as Kate was banished, which was inevitable, she'd also lost. So I think, unfortunately, despite how difficult it would have been to both banish Jonathan and recruit a woman, and I say both, three things, and then also banish that woman, that's what she would have needed to do to win. And that's a big shopping list.
I guess then the strategy, if you're listening to us and you're going to be a traitor on the Traitors Series 5, the strategy is if you're a lone man or a lone woman, and the traitor's tapped on the shoulder by Claudia, you must recruit.
You need to move mad.
Like, do not go to the final just as a lone man, lone woman, because people will probably do the math. There's this possibility they'll do the math. You know, she could have got away with it. In fact, if like they hadn't murdered that many women, and in the end there were more women in the final endgame. But it was unfortunate, but I think she failed to foresee that, and she failed to plan for that, and that was a downfall.
Yeah.
Do you think she suspected it at all? Because she looked like she didn't expect it. Like, I think she went in there thinking Joe Marler was definitely going for David, and she was comfortable. And then all of a sudden, there was like, I think she looked a bit surprised by the whole thing.
I don't know.
It's really hard to say, isn't it? You have to ask her. I mean, I think by the end she accepted her fate, and she went off with some grace, I would say. And you know, she held herself so well the entire series. I think she's come out of this looking so good.
Oh, yeah,
such
amazing.
a great person. Like, what an amazing role model. I think she's so fantastic. I would have loved to see her win, and obviously my prediction was that she would win. I feel sad she didn't, but like, yeah, it just didn't feel that way.
I will say on Kat, no, we've had this comment, you've mentioned this on Spotify from Nathaniel. He called us the Best Traitors podcast. Thank you for that. But he calls us out, and he calls you out specifically, Ivan.
Oh,
he says we need to put some respect on Kat Bunter's name for the MIPS because it was her ID.
Yeah.
And we've got to be honest, it was. And so Ivan will now get whipped 20 times in a bonus episode available now on Patreon. So go and subscribe to It's Just a Game After Dark.
Actually, I think you'll find it was Nathaniel who said that Alan came up with the Stephen idea. So Nathaniel, I think you should listen back. I'm pretty sure it was you who said that. And yeah, I'm normally right about these things as well. So run the tape.
Yeah,
I don't remember saying it at all.
Let's run the tape.
Yeah.
The number one podcast on gaslighting, It's Just a Game, is here with you. But yeah, we've mentioned Nick as well. Do we think Nick's reputation is just...
his face at the end.
It's gone.
His face. Oh, I love Nick so much. His face at the end broke my heart as well. And he went, fuck.
Yeah.
No, I think he's fucked it.
He just melted and went down in an elevator as he found out the truth. That's a reaction gif that's going to be used for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing from this episode, lads. Honestly, this was such good TV. This was amazing.
Absolute cinema. Incredible.
I think it was the best thing that could have happened for me. I think in terms of like just watching it, because like no one wants to watch a show where it's really predictable. And I said last time, it can't be that predictable. It's so,
I know.
Like, we all knew and thought, oh yeah, the Faithfuls are going to win. This is how it's going to work. And when you said your theory, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to happen. That's what I see. And I'm mind blown. I can't believe it.
I'd like to think about this a bit more and say, because we were like, well, they'll banish Alan first, then Kat, or Alan first, then Nick, then Kat. But by banishing Kat first, they gave Alan the chance to make that massive play. And that's all it was about. Because they all wanted to banish Alan too. But I think they knew mathematically it had to be Kat. So they're like, let's just tap Kat, get that done. Next, what? And that's the point where Alan turned it on Joe. And so I think had they done it in the other order, Kat wouldn't have survived either.
I'm not convinced. I just don't think they would have gone for Alan. They clearly the doubt got into their mind throughout the day, and it got solidified at a round table. But I think that he was still going to make it to like the win.
It just shows that fine margins are like they make such a difference. Like for instance, Kat not leaving a woman into the end. Obviously, she weren't thinking about that at the time, but that little thing that was inevitable. She was going to go, and then Alan's little switch on Joe. That was like everyone was like, he's definitely a faithful. Then he's definitely like, everybody who's got into the final as a traitor has done one big play. So mine was like catching Alyssa. That was the one that solidified me as a faithful. You had Harry that won the shield play in the mission. It was that, and then it was Alan just playing this game, like just the turn on Joe. Sorry,
the last person we haven't mentioned then is David. Let's just spare a thought for David.
Okay, that'll do.
That's all thought for David. Can we talk about the mission though?
Yeah,
how fun! Oh, I love this mission. Little escape room. Some guy had to convince lawyers at the BBC and like agents say, look, right, you're a celebrity. We're going to get them on a train full of explosives, and then we're going to blow up the train as they're running in front of it. How do you how do you get sign off for this? Who works health and safety at the BBC and said, yeah, that's fine?
It was amazing. Even the shot at the end, we were messaging during the shot, and then Ryan goes,
yeah,
that must have been petrifying for the producers because they've got one chance to get that shot of the train blowing up.
Yeah, you can't fuck up the shot.
Well,
I forgot to film.
I will say, we have to assume that the explosives weren't on the train while they were doing the mission. What happened was they finished the mission, they all got off. Then they went, now we're going to film the explosion shot. So they probably had a couple of takes if they wanted to. I'm not trying to ruin the illusion.
Oh, ruining it.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
You're ruining it.
Ruining it.
I'm sorry, you're ruining it. I just think, yeah, it was a great mission. Loved it. Lots of mini games, really escape roomy, lots of fun. I just feel that maybe they didn't blow up a train. They blew up a sort of special rig about 10 meters behind a train after the train had stopped.
Shut up.
It was a carriage, but shut up, Ivan.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have done this with Maddie, honestly.
No, Maddie told me that was Maddie's idea, actually.
No, but I really enjoyed the mission. And on that note, should we get to the Jaggies?
I'm ready to go to the Jaggies. Are you ready to go to the Jaggies?
I want to talk about the Jaggies. Let's get to your very own award ceremony, the Jaggies. Ivan, the floor is yours.
What's that? The sound of trumpets? The sound of special shoes scrubbling on our red carpet? Yes.
Sorry, just the one trumpet. We couldn't afford more than one, I'm afraid.
The sound of one badly tuned trumpet? The sound of Harry crying? It's the Jaggies, the annual awards for the traitors given by us, the presenters of It's Just a Game. So, as always, here's how it works. We all nominate a player or something based on different categories. We then, between us, decide who wins, and they take away the Jaggie for this year. Now, it's not quite annual, but we call it annual. There will be another Jaggies in about 3-4 months' time, so don't get too excited. So the first award is the Maddie Marple Award for Best Detective.
There can only be one, surely.
The person that saved the game was Joe Marler. Then he ruined it. But he did find Jonathan. And if it wasn't for him, it being instrumental, the game would have finished a long time ago. So for me, it's Joe Marler.
It has to be Joe. The Big Dog Theory means it does deserve this award.
I'm going to nominate Nick for this one. I think Joe was an excellent faithful, and he will be my nomination for Best Faithful. But I think that Nick figuring out that it was Cat quite early in the season and doing a few other bits and pieces was pretty impressive. I think Joe wasn't such a detective as a powerful faithful. But I'm happy to give this. I think Joe's going to win a lot of awards today. I'm happy to go with this.
I think it has to be Joe. I mean, Nick forfeited his award about an hour ago in the final.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I also like maybe Stephen because he was searching in books and things, but like he didn't find anything, whereas Joe actually got out Jonathan.
What are you going to find by reading the books in the library? Like they're going to give you clues, Ivan.
Yes.
Wilf, how dare you? Reading is an essential skill. Yeah. Go to teachfirst.com.
I did teach first, Ryan.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It was a harrowing experience. So, all right, on to our next award, Mother of the Season. Who have you got for this, guys?
I'm going to go for Celia. Admittedly, not in a maternal, like not in a camp way, like you normally would think of a mother. Otherwise, it's Alan, obviously. But just like in a very maternal, like fun way. I loved Celia, and like I think she deserves that award.
I'm sorry. Celia is incredibly camp, and that's why I'm voting for her as well. She is the campest person in that entire castle. She's fantastic. She's by far and away Mother of the Season.
I love Celia too. I've put her too, mainly for the same reasons as you guys, and the fact that she's got to an age in her life where she gives zero fucks about anything. She's just like, okay, I'm going to fight if I want to fight. I'm going to make a show of myself, and she doesn't really care. I love that attitude.
She did put the pussy in the well after all, so...
Hey,
Celia deserves it.
Absolutely right. Goodness me. So there we go. Congratulations, Celia. You win Mother of the Season. Next, this is an interesting one. The Bad Edit Award. So this goes to the most unlikable portrayal of a person on the series. Always a difficult one to award. In this case, very difficult because basically nobody was unlikable in any way. However, Wilf?
I'm going to say Kate Garraway. She did a few things that just pissed me off. Not pissed me off, but just like, what are you doing? Like, they didn't make sense to me. And it's like, she's clearly watched your show before. So things that you see make no sense. So yeah, for me, it's Kate Garraway.
Definition of madness. I've also gone for Kate. I thought she was really funny to watch, but I think it was quite a difficult watch in some ways. The things she did just didn't necessarily help her team. She ended up being more of a hindrance. So unfortunately, yes, she gets my bad edit nomination. Ryan?
See, my initial thought was Kate, but I'll just throw another name in the mix. I'm inclined to put David forward because he made it to the final, but in a kind of like non-existent role. Like he was fortunate of one of these faithfuls that kind of like stumbles their way to the final. Kind of like, I say this with all the love in the word, but kind of like Meryl.
That is true, actually. When David made a point at the round table, I wasn't excited to hear it. Whereas with other people, I was always like, "Oh, here we go! Oh, here he comes!" You know. So maybe you're right. Ooh.
At least Kate was a bit more entertaining. So I think I might switch to David, actually. I think you made a good point there.
Okay.
Yeah, you've won me over as well. Let's give it to David. Because Kate was funny and she said some amazing things, let's give the Bad Edit Award this year to David. The Prestige Award for Best Last Line. I am obviously I get to break the tie on this one if there is one. There's not really a tie, there's three of us. I think that this was Wassy. I think I'm faithful. To the Traitors was the best leaving line. What do you guys think?
That's the one I've got down as well. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, I wrote that down, but I also wrote It's Just a Game down just because it felt like that was his last words because he just, after that, he was gone.
So, that's true, actually.
Because he didn't get to do a speech at the round table. So.
No.
You're right, actually. Maybe Joe gets it for saying it's just a game. I mean, we finally got all reference in there.
We absolutely can't give it to Joe. It wasn't his last line. He said another thing.
Yeah.
It's not even a leaving line. This is 4 banishment lines. It's got to go to Jonathan Ross.
Who made you the podcast chief legal officer?
I signed the contract yesterday, pal.
Fuck, I wanted that job.
Congratulations to Jonathan Ross for the Best Prestige Award for the Best Last Line. And now we're on to the Red Breakfast Club Award for Best Moment. This is a highly prestigious award. Best moment of the entire season. What have you got?
I'm really struggling for that one, actually, because there are a lot of strong moments. I mean, just Celia's fart is like probably the highlight for me, but it's because farts will never not make me laugh. I am like 80 years old in my mind. I watch fart compilations on TikTok sometimes. Like, I was the target audience.
Have you seen a farts in church compilation? Because that is wild. It's so echoey.
That one, I know exactly which video you're talking about too.
Now, I filled in my nominations before the finale, and so I also put Celia's fart. I'm going Celia's fart on this one.
I put Alan's reveal, revealing he was a traitor, because first of all, I felt everything that he felt. I think it was a lovely moment. And the fact when Nick said, just think about the charities, it's for charity. I thought that was just such a nice thing of him to say when he was crying as well. And it just brought feelings back. I haven't had feelings watching the Traitors for a long time because I've watched so much of it, but that brought back so many feelings. So I'm gonna say that, but I don't know. It's up to you guys.
It's because he did it with just so much humanity. Like, that's what was brilliant. And you know, because of that, I kind of want to agree with you, because we're so used to seeing, like, well, the last time we saw a traitor win, we just saw something really like stone cold hearted, something quite actually like almost uncomfortable. Whereas this was full of humanity, full of joy. And because of that, you know what? I'm going to switch to your side.
I'm happy to switch as long as we can have a fart being the quote of the season in the Spurber Were award. That's funny. That it's like a bottom burp, you know. But also, there's some great lines in this series. But having an actual fart as the best quote of the season is very us. So okay, let's give this the Red Breakfast Club Award to Alan's reveal, and let's move on to the Spurber Were award for best quote. Now, I did have written down, "You can't accuse somebody of being a traitor because they have a better vocabulary than you," was my quote of the season. But actually, I prefer Celia's fart for this now. So should we just give that to her?
For me, I brought down the fart. It has to be.
So I actually wrote down Celia shouting down a well. Like, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah.
The banshees, yeah.
The farting, I didn't know we could use as a quote. So, but now I know. Did you use that?
What's a quote? A quote is a selection of spoken things. What's speaking? Well, it's vibrating the air with a part of your body to create sounds, which is the same what you do when you're farting.
Opening your lips.
Yeah, just different ones.
Let's move on very quickly to best strategic move. Now, again, I put here for best strategic move Joe's round table pressure, because I thought in one really high pressured moment, he revealed 2 traitors and showed them for what they were. But Alan convincing Nick and David to flip their votes in the final roundtable. Maybe that's better. I don't know.
I think that's it for me. Yeah, that's the one.
I put Joe Marler in there too, just overall game. But then I deleted it and put Alan to end game. So I think Alan.
They're so good. Both of them are so good. I'm going to vote for Joe's roundtable pressure.
I'm going to go for Joe Marler's just that strategy at the table.
Fine.
All right. Mission of the season. What have you got?
I have the rickety bridge just because it brought back memories, and it was just hilarious watching Joe Marler do the thriller dance and watching Alan Carr just scream whilst Kate Garraway was doing her Sports Day mum feedback. So I thought it was really entertaining. There weren't much strategy in it, but it was very entertaining.
I actually shed a tear during that mission. There was something about how proud I was of Kat crossing that bridge. And I was like, I got a bit sobby. And I was, to be fair, incredibly tired when I was watching that episode and like hadn't had any sleep. But it made me do a little bit of a weep. But it's not my vote. My vote is the exploding train. I just thought it was really fun.
Yeah, I was going to go for the chess game, but I'm switching to the train. I just love an explosion.
I'll go with you guys.
Exploding train it is. Okay. And on to our big awards, our big flashy awards. These are the ones that give the real money out. Our faithful of the season. We've kind of already discussed this. Who's it going to be?
It's got to be Joe Christie.
I'm not sure about that name. That doesn't like fly off the tongue. Joe Marler has to win this award. The fact that he was so unfairly taken away from us, the fact that he was on the right traitors, the fact that he revealed the traitors through his pressure at the round table.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Joe Marler, faithful of the season, which takes us on to what is probably quite an easy answer here for our traitor of the season.
Has to be Alan, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Kat did well by hiding, but Alan hid and did everything else he did. Alan Carr, congratulations. You are traitor and player, may I say, of the season. So congratulations to you. Now, it's time for our Mystic Meg from Season 2 award for the host who picked the winner.
I mean, who could have seen this coming? Nobody in the entire world. If we'd recorded this podcast with 65 million co-hosts, not one of them would have named Alan. Come on.
So, I picked Kat, Wilf picked Kat, and Ryan picked Joe. They all got to the final. They all got banished. Nobody picked the winner. So none of us win that award.
I feel like I'm the closest.
Yeah, you were the closest.
Yes, because Joe came fourth and Kat came fifth. All right, Ryan, you can have that Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah.
But what I was going to suggest was we give the winner, we give that trophy, since no one's going to have it, to the person who got the most points in our predictions game.
No, because we know that's you.
It is me, yeah.
It's a setup.
Okay, it's not a setup, is it? It's me being incredibly good at predicting things. So let's go over our Tentacle Action Consequence Cup for the person who got the most in our predictions game. So
we need to rename this, by the way.
Yeah, fairly urgently. Wilf, you got 3 points. You said that there would not be a double banishment. That got you 1 point. You said that Stephen would not find a massive accidental clue. And you said that there would be a dinner party. 3 points. Ryan, you said that there would not be a stand-up row at the round table. You said that there would not be you said that there would be a dinner party, and you said that Tom Daly would not lead the charge to get rid of Kate Garraway. That's 3 points. And I said that the original 3 traitors would last until the end of at least episode 5. Ting. I said that Ryan would not make a tweet that got 5k likes. Ting. I said that Stephen would not find a massive clue. Ting. I said there would be a dinner party. Ting. I said that Tom Daly would not lead the charge to get rid of Kate. Ting. And I said that Jonathan Ross would not go full Wilfred Webster, which gets me a very grand total of 6 points and the title of your Tentacle Action Consequence himself. So
well
congratulations to me.
Moving on.
I have one final award.
I think we'll agree on that one, yeah.
It's our Lifetime Achievement Award. Because with the recent news that Saida, the commissioning editor, who basically commissioned the traitors to exist, is moving on to Netflix, we're all, obviously the Civilian Award is also Civilian series is also going to be under her purview. But this is going to be the last time that Saida is going to be overseeing these seasons.
Yeah.
But also, she's just been really nice to us since the show. So can we agree to give her our special Lifetime Achievement Award for someone who wasn't on the show, but certainly helped make the show what it was?
No, but I mean, like, we've got to give that to her. Like, she's incredible. Like, without her, we wouldn't know we wouldn't know each other. Think about that, actually, because she signed off on that casting.
Oh God, I take it back. Take the award off her. No, give it back. Give it back.
Honestly, she deserves the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I look forward to seeing what she produces for Netflix.
Yeah, another $1 million secret in the works, I expect.
Oh, please no.
What will they name the next Traitors copycat?
Oh, mate, she'll get one.
That would be cool.
But that's Celebrity Traitors done then. Before we go, two things. First of all, what was that teaser after the credits?
Yeah.
What, like, it was weird. Just somebody walking through the woods and then looking through a mirror and saying 2026, and I can't tell what this is about.
So the music was Heart of Glass by Blondie, and the only thing I think was glass, mirror. Is it something to do with is that like a theme about smashed mirrors, or is it going to be about reflections? Is it going to be like, I couldn't figure it out, or is it just thematic?
Sorry, did you think there was a meaning behind the whole thing then? Because I just thought it was just a little bit of show.
It could just be that they're teasing Series 4, and it could just be as simple as that. I'll be honest with you, I've heard a thing or two about Series 4, and I can tell you this will easily be the best Traitors series ever.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you get to know this shit, mate? He's like a
say no more.
spy.
Let's just say that Ryan has been walking his dog quite far north recently.
Yeah, the dog that I pretended I had on the show.
That's fascinating. I have something else to bring up, which is not Traitors related, but it is reality TV related, which is that I just watched the first 4 episodes of Squid Game, The Challenge Season 2 on Netflix, and something happens in episode 4, and if you've watched it, you'll know, which I can't figure out if it's real or not. And I need to talk to someone about it, and maybe we should talk about it on the podcast once it's not a spoiler. But if you are interested in reality TV and you want to sort of you like figuring out what goes on behind the scenes, you need to watch episode 4 of that series. Something is amiss. Something is amiss. It's weird.
We'll talk about it. But in that case, I think that's, in the meantime, us done with the Celebrity Traitors. It leaves me with one last question to ask you. Snog, marry, or avoid? And you get one smash pass a year. So if you thought it was worthy of your smash, you can also smash. So I guess it's smash, snog, marry, avoid.
I'm going to say marry because I think it was genuinely the best English-speaking version I think I've seen in terms of the most entertaining and just fun and sometimes devious. It was just fun. The balance was so right as well. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's marry. This was brilliant. This was 10 out of 10 Traitors. A couple of the episodes fell a little bit short, but so many of them were just funny, dramatic, brilliant. I loved it. Marry.
I think it was beautiful, but I will save my marry for one reason, which is I will always be more faithful to civilian versions because it's a sort of like true charm about them. And I'll save my smash for the civilian Traitors next year.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'll go snog. And to be fair, it's an extended snog, like spending a few hours in the smoking area together.
It sounds fun. Can I come?
Yeah, it's a three-way kiss. Everyone gets a bit of tongue. You just got to do like a tongue triangle.
Honestly, the logistics in that sounds actually really difficult to do well.
It's about as difficult as the logistics of doing Squid Game, the challenge.
Oh my God, that's it.
But on that note, we'll take a little break then. Ivan, you're about to get a full 2 hours of sleep. Congratulations.
Woo!
Wolf, you'll finish setting up your stream room. And then when we come back after everyone's back from holidays, we'll discuss more. There'll be Traitors Canada. Look, we know it's been insane. We've seen so much. We will 100% be talking about Traitors Canada, but they're taking this sweet time with it. It's 1 episode a week. So we'll wait for a few more episodes to be out, and then we'll do one big recap.
Okay. So
yeah, Traitors Canada. We know it's been insane. Maybe Traitors Ireland. I feel like we probably have to. And then Squid Game, maybe. Maybe we could do a little episode on Squid Game. I mean, you've sold it to me. I'm going to go and watch this now.
Something amiss. There's something up.
Ivan's wondering what is something's amiss. 3 people were walking in cloaks at night around the set, and then people were getting murdered. Netflix keeps trying to do a traitor version. But no, on that note, we'll come back very soon then for all of that and more. Until then, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review, subscribe. Tell a friend about it, subscribe. Yeah, I don't know. If I haven't mentioned it, subscribe. But until then, my name is Ryan, and you can follow me at subscribe.
My name is Will. You can follow me at like
My name's Ivan. You can follow me at Zohran Mamdani Dimple Fan Club member number 1.
And from all of us here, it's see you very soon and goodbye.
Bye-bye, driver. Bye-bye, driver.
Bye, driver.
Bye-bye, train driver.